Hi everybody, Kat here. So I'm doing a quick demo on the new diamond collection. This is the number 5 and it's the round. So on the diamond collection, the brushes are made totally different and it really holds a point. I can tell you these are fantastic. So I'm moving over to a number 4, and I will say that if you watch how when I pull, it always comes to a point. And when I tell you that they did a great job in making this brush different than what's in the industry, you will love these. And no, this is not a paid sponsorship with Just Paid. This is my honest opinion about the brushes. I love them. I'm following the same design. So I went from a 5 to a 4 to a 3. And now I am actually going down to a 1. So this is going to be the 1 round. So using the same sizes, going from 5, 4, 3, and then 1, I'm going to be doing a little bit of some animal striping. Again, just going from thick to thin, or the variations of how you can use these brushes, they work really great. And again, I'm not getting any fray at the bottom, so it's just wonderful. You can see right here where I had the 5, now I'm doing the 4, and just again, no issues whatsoever. Really holds the paint well too. And now I'm going to move over here to a 3. So you can see they're getting a little bit smaller in sizes, but you can actually take them and make them a whole lot thicker. And even though I love the different rounds and they all work perfectly great, so far, just testing them out, I'm loving the number 5 and I'm loving the number 3. For whatever reason, those two seem to be working for me really super well. But the number 1, as far as a liner, yeah, that's great. It does good too. So you can see I'm using the number 1 right now, just making a couple more of those little tiger strikes or animal striping. So there you go. Keeping in true fashion, I am going to be going from the 5 to the 4 to the 3 to the 1 on the rounds, going thick to thin. The one thing I'm going to tell you is you could probably get a lot thinner of a line than what I'm doing right here. But the thing is, it depends on you as a face painter or a painter in general, how much pressure you apply or you don't apply when you're laying down the brush. I'm going pretty fast. I'm not trying to be perfect by any means of the measure. I'm just trying to show you that can you go thick to thin? You absolutely can go thick to thin, utilizing the different sizes. And there you go. So really quick, I started out with the bolt brushes when I first started to face paint. So I've been a fan of the bolt brushes for a long time. With the new collection, it's even better. I mean, there are definitely some favorites I have on the original line, but these are really the bomb.com, as my friend would say. Let's do a little bit of line work here. I just went ahead and put what appears to be a butterfly on my arm, and I am just, pulling down some lines, just outlining, just get a flow of how the brush feels. You can see it right here, even though I'm totally out of frame. I am so sorry. I am not the best camera person, truly. But I'm using the different sizes, and I'm just trying to get a feel of what each brush is going to, feel like when I'm face painting. On myself, probably feels a whole lot different. I'd love to have a model, and unfortunately Dad isn't available right now, so you're going to have to put up with my arm and with it being a little bit out of frame. I'm also not trying to be perfect with my design either. I'm just doing some line work, so you're going to see me pulling some lines just like I am here. And you see how crisp the lines are? Yes, they are so crisp. I'm so excited. Again, I'm really liking these brushes a lot. I'm going to do a little bit of a shameless plug for our Facebook page, and that is called Brush Strokes. So Brush Strokes was created and originated by my dear friend Amanda Careford, who pulled both me and Andrea Moyer in. So Andrea Moyer is my pro air queen, and then also to Amanda owns Bling Mania. So the two of them are wonderful artists. If you don't know them, you have to check them out. They're just really amazing. But the page is about, the various brushes, and we say there's different strokes for different folks because all of us use our brushes differently. We all have our own technique. Some of us like, a more firm brush. Some of us like a softer brush. Some of us want more spring in it. So whatever it may be, we just love to test brushes, and we're all a bunch of brush hoarders. So I went ahead and put just some color back here on the background because now I'm going to be testing out the new Floral brush from Just Paint. Now this is part of their diamond line, and so I wanted to play with this just a little bit. For those of you who know how to use a Floral brush, they are amazing. They make beautiful petals. You can do them in different shapes. And really what I'm just doing here is I'm just trying to test, various degrees of how I'm bending the brush, how much paint is it going to hold. And I guess I could have used a little bit more of a deeper color. I really didn't do that. But again, the brush is very smooth. It's very soft. It does very well. And I'm just pulling in some lines here just for some additional, fluff, I guess. It's not that I'm trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to pull in some lines, and you can see that my paint is not very wet, so of course I'm having to go back in. It is important for your paint to be wet, and working with dry paint probably isn't the best. So it's not on the brush, it's on the painter, it's on me. Between the Flora and between the rounds, again, it's just amazing. I'm getting some really great results. I'm not having any issues with the brushes. Loving that every single time I pull a teardrop or I'm doing a swirl that I'm actually getting my points. So again, I put a little bit more purple in it this time for you. But yeah, you see, you can just pull it up and you can get some really pretty petals out of here. And I'm just doing it different ways, a little sideways here, pulling it up and giving it a little bit more of a softer angle. And you know what? I just want to see how many petals I can get. So now this is going to look a little bit crazy because I'm just going to start making petals. Because off of one load, how many petals can you actually get? Looks like I'm getting a lot. So the Floral brush is equally a win. And since I'm making this video in October, I'm going to do this very quick little design. I was inspired by something I saw on Pinterest, which is usually every day. I love to do cartoon art, and I know that you probably think it's really weird that I'm using a blending brush to do this with, but I do this a lot, so please don't judge me. I'm just doing this little quick design, and then what I'm going to do is with my rounds from the Diamond Collection, I'm going to go ahead and outline everything and do all the line work, and we're going to see how they perform, okay? But this is going to be like a little ghoulish monster, kind of zombie, I don't know, something like that, whatever it is. It's like cute cartoon art for Halloween. So if you're wondering if I'm a speed painter, no, I am not. I am not a speed painter by any means of the measure. This video has been sped up for your convenience, so you're not overly bored with my waffling, as my friend says. But I want to make sure that all of you, once again, know that this is not a paid sponsored video. I'm doing this just because I want to. I did this a long time ago, again, when I first started face painting, and I thought it was just fitting to do another video because I had did it with the original bolt brushes, and these are equally just great. Now the thing about it, and if you go to Just Paint's website, Santi actually talks a little bit about why these brushes are so special. They're made a little bit differently than what's in the industry, and so I really applaud them for putting that thought process behind these brushes. They work great. I'm loving that I'm not getting the fraying at the end. for me, it's just a win to have these brushes in your arsenal of tools when you're going out and you're face painting. I probably should have shared with you every single brush that I'm switching back and forth with. So I'm going back and forth between a 5, a 4, and a 3, and also to a 1. So you may be picking up on which ones I'm doing, which ones I'm not doing, which ones I'm using, but I am using all 4 of them in this particular design. So on my YouTube page, I do videos on a lot of different things. I'm not just a one focus YouTuber, also not very famous on YouTube either. So this is kind of like my outlet channel that I play and I do things with, and it's just me having fun. And I don't know if it's just, me wanting to challenge myself to see if I can actually make a video and get better at it, because certainly there are times that I wonder about that. So as I working on my little ghoulish monster here with his brains coming out, this little zombie looking thing, you can see all the little fine details that I'm putting in here, and I'm using the number 1 brush for that. Another thing I'd love to know, if you want to leave a comment down, is what kind of face painter are you? What do you love to paint? Is it roses, flowers, cartoons? Are you a skull painter, scary Halloween painter? I tend to be a cartoonist. I like the cute kind of cartoony looking things, a lot of Disney stuff. A lot of things on Pinterest I find very interesting, and I'm always like, hey, can I recreate that? Because technically I'm not a creative person, but I don't do so bad when I'm trying to actually, recreate a design. By the way, this is a number 5 that I'm using right now. See how smooth it is? It's just so smooth. So again, I'm using the number 5 to pull everything down, and these swirls are so on point. It's just like seriously on point. My little cartoon design for you kind of goes into my theme of things that I get interested in that I see off of Pinterest, and I want to see if I can recreate it. I love these brushes again. I hope that you found the videos helpful. I hope that it will inspire you to take a leap of faith and maybe buy a brush or 2. Maybe you want the whole collection. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you did find this video helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed for more videos like this. But if you buy them, let me know what you think. I'd like to get your comments down below. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this all the way through. And if you did, how about giving me a purple star at the end? But as always, guys, thanks for watching.